One thing I hate about every single hero in Marvel Rivals. Now, let's get started with the tanks. Plays like Reinhardt, abilities like Reinhardt, ultimate like Reinhardt, but sadly doesn't feel like playing OG Reinhardt. Unfortunately, nothing can ever replace my king. I can't quite put my finger on it, but Angela feels like the devs wanted to make the first fun tank to play to lure more stubborn DPS and support players into playing the tank role. But in my opinion, if she turns out to be OP in the long run, I feel like we're gonna have another Brigitte situation on our hands in the meta. Also, not to mention, that kidnap ability will most definitely make her annoying as piss to play against once we start running into some professional Angela mains in the next month or two. This MF does not die, and it's not because he can run and jump like a track star or because of that stupid shield. Cap just wiggles and squeezes in and out of team fights like that bar of soap you picked up too quickly in the shower. Playing Hulk feels like the Rivals devs made an honest attempt to make D.Va from Overwatch, but kept trying and failing. And then one day, an intern walked in and said, how about we just combine Winston and Doomfist? And then they just called it a day and then released him. Hulk jumping around constantly and surviving longer than most shield tanks is the most infuriating BS I've ever dealt with in a hero shooter. Not to mention, his bubble, stun, and ultimate gives him more stall potential than a Captain America and a Jeff combined. Strange is one of the most honest tanks in the game, so there really is very little material to hate on him for. However, his ult is rage-inducing when a good Strange player goes up and lands it perfectly falling out of the sky and there's nothing your team can do to counter it in the moment. Truth be told, I think every single thing in Emma's kit is hate-worthy. But if there is one thing that pushes me over the edge, it's the fact that she can main tank better than most tanks in the game while simultaneously dealing more consistent damage than most DPS players while also having a game-changing ultimate. She also is equally just as good on the domination game mode as she is on the push the payload game modes, which is very rare for tanks. Most people would think that I would hate on Groot's Walzor's ultimate, but let's talk about how this man does scary amounts of ranged damage that actually threatens backlines and flyers. Those tree root arms will reach past tanks standing in front of him and will kill supports in 3 hits. This tree is more Mr. Fantastic coded than Reed Richards himself. I can't stand the fact that Magneto has so many survival abilities, tools to sway team fights, consistently busted team-ups every season, and he gets good ranged burst damage. Like damn, give him an Achilles heel of some kind. Dying to a penny mine might actually be the most infuriating thing to happen to a human being while playing Marvel Rivals, and I'm being so dead-ass serious. If I die to a penny mine, I'm just actually hitting my desk harder than Baru hit that female S-rank hunter in the Jeju Island arc of Solo Leveling Season 2.